Shivraj? Shivraj? Sir has joined, huh?
Yes, sir has joined, sir. I also spoke to him,
Yeah,
sir.
yeah. Sir, very good afternoon, sir. This is Dr. Rajan.
Yeah. Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, are you able to see me, sir? Okay. Thank you, sir. Thanks for coming.
Yes, sir.
Sorry.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thanks a lot for joining, sir. I think being lunchtime, people are joining it. Let's wait for 5 minutes.
No issue. No issue.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, sir.
I can try my presentation?
Yes, sir. You can able to open your presentation and make it ready, sir.
Please share
No
it.
problem. Yeah.
Is it visible now?
Yeah, sir. Is it visible, sir, clearly?
Thank you.
So you can press the hide icon, sir, so that it will be clearly visible.
Where I have to press? Stop.
Hide, sir. You can just press hide. Yeah, fine,
Yeah.
sir. Perfect, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, you can start better because people will join. And sir, shall we start?
Okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So welcome back for the session 3, that is the last session of the day 4 of STTP program. So I welcome Mr. K. Jayasankar sir, who is currently working as a Vice President, a technical service, Ultratech Cement Private Limited, a flagship company of Aditya Birla Group. A civil engineer, he is a civil engineer by profession. Engineer K. Jayasankar has a work experience of more than 3 decades in cement and construction industry. He has worked in various functional levels in construction, manufacturing, marketing, and technical service. He has worked for companies like Canario Industries Limited, Lanson and Turbo Limited, and is presently with Ultratech Cement Limited, based at Bengaluru, and looks after the technical service of southern part of India. His key area of interest is cement and concrete technology. He has extensively interacted with civil engineering professionals across many organizations for the promotion of making good concrete better, and also for the promotion of blended cements due to its inherent advantage. He has visited various countries like Australia, Egypt, Singapore, and Middle East on professional assignments. And he is a member of Institution of Engineers India, and also the past chairman of ICI Tamil Nadu Chennai Center, and current governing council member of Indian Concrete Institute. He is actively engaged in the promotion of ICI activities among the engineering fraternity and the student committee. And he is an active member in a various committee constituted by various professional bodies to promote or to update practices, newer technologies in the country. A few prominent topics he works on are precast technology for buildings, cement, that is admixture compatibility to meet the new demands, new generation demands, and concrete roads and concrete overlays, that is void topping. So I welcome you, sir. Without further delay, I just hand over the section to you, sir, to deliver your lecture on the topic of design and construction of white topping for sustainable urban roads.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. Okay, it's an afternoon session, so it's and also a virtual program. So I know the difficulty. I hope all of you had a good lunch, and it's my duty to keep you awake and talk about a new subjects. It's called as white topping. So in my subject, what I'm going to cover is what are the current challenges in road construction, especially in the city roads, urban roads. Then I will cover about introduction to white topping, what are the benefits of white topping, and a little bit about the construction aspects of white topping, 1 or 2 case studies, and then I will conclude. So if you see the current challenges in the construction, especially in the roads sectors, especially the city roads, this is a common problem. After every rainfall, you have seen that, though I explained here, Mumbai pothole, it is applicable to every cities, whether it is Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, or any cities where this thing is there. After a heavy rain, you can see one of the major problem is potholes. Now, the problems doesn't end there, because when it comes to the potholes and the roads are bad, there are a lot of hue and cry, and the bureaucracies ask questions. Why this road laid just 1 year back or 1.5 years back, why it has gone to such a bad shape? People will come as protest because they have to commute through the roads. So a lot of protest will take place, and the traffic becomes very slow. There may be some accidents, and some may be fatal also. And now adding to this, all this new problem, now many times people go to the court, and the court will ask the bureaucracy. And recently we have started a new trend. People are counting the potholes, and they have to give report how many potholes they have filled to the court. So this is a recent trend which is taking place, counting the potholes and filling it up and reporting every day. So if you want to make a case for a better road, first is the basic problem in city roads are because of the potholes, it's a public inconvenience. So you know that when the potholes are there, one is the traffic gets slow because they have to either avoid the pothole or they have to slow down and take it through the pothole. Second thing is some accidents, and some may be, as I told earlier, some may be fatal. So this creates a lot of problem for the public. And one more big problem for the public is that, for example, some 10-15 years back, we have constructed a house. We might definitely see that our house is above the road level. But due to very frequent overlays which is happening in the city, the road level goes up and the building comes down. This was clearly witnessed during the 2015 floods in Chennai. Many apartments which is constructed 15-20 years back, or the individual houses 20 years back, they are all maybe constructed 1 or 1.5 feet above the ground level, but today they are all about 1.5 to 2 feet below the ground level. So during the floods, they had a hell of a lot of problem. And nowadays there is a new technology which is coming from a Haryana based company. They are coming and lifting the houses so that how to avoid this problem. So this is one problem, is the public inconvenience. The second problem, as I told, a negative publicity for bureaucracy. See, if you see any political party which is coming into the rule and all, they have 5 years. And this 5 years, many times, many people have told, if you want to create a visibility and come again after that, they have the main things which they have to concentrate is either road or clearing the garbage and making a clean city. These are the area which gets public attention very fast. So if anything is going wrong in this roads or cleanliness or something which is visible to the people, they gets affected. So there are a lot of, when the hue and cry comes from the public, the bureaucracy is under pressure. And many times we feel that they say that the quality of the road construction is very bad. That is why this is happening. But let me explain you why this is the main reason. Even if you lay a very good bitumen road in the city and there is a water logging, this problem of potholes is going to happen. The basic reason is, if you see, we have got rigid payments and flexible payment. The only material which is going to change is either as a bituminous concrete or a cement concrete. The problem with the bitumen concrete is that when water gets into this bitumen, the bitumen and the aggregates disintegrates and it slowly gets separated. And that is why the major reason for potholes. And especially in cities, many cities does not have a proper drainage system. And lot of buildings are constructed. So hey, 1/2 an hour heavy rain in any city, you can name whatever city you want. If there is a 1/2 an hour heavy rain, there is a heavy waterlogging taking place. And you know that bitumen cannot resist, but concrete is a material which is a water retaining material, because many water retaining structures are constructed with cement concrete. So it can take the what do you call, it will not disintegrate when water logging is there, but bitumen roads has this problem. So it's not that people have constructed a bad quality road, that is why potty. Even if you try your best to do a good quality concrete road also, bituminous road also, pothole is going to happen because if there is a water logging. Second problem is, even if there is a drainage, many times during the heavy rain, mostly the society use the drainage as a garbage bin. They put all the plastic things, everything into the drain. And even if there a drain is also, the drains are not effective. So the same problem, even if there's wherever the drains have been constructed also, we see the same water logging problem. So this is another problem which have putting bureaucracy also into pressure. that after every rain, there is a lot of complaints about the potholes. The third major problem, which is taking because of the recurring expense for the government exchequer, where you can see is, I believe one of the meetings we had with some ministers. So he was asking his chief engineer how much you spend per year for maintenance of concrete road. It was some city road, this. So he told some 300 crores. Then the minister remembered, no, it's not 300 crores, it's much more than that. So, and finally the number came to about 800 crores because of some other reasons also they have spent something. But this money, if you would have constructing into the new road and the maintenance expense are less, you can build more and more infrastructures and this thing. So recurring expenses on maintenance of the road is also a concern. So with this concern, I'm going to give a solution for especially the city roads, which is the introduction to white topping and why white topping is required. So this is, again, if you see a bituminous road, you have got a subgrades of this thing, and then you put the asphalt, bituminous concrete over it. And in rigid pavement, you have a full concrete road, this thing. But the problem with the full concrete road was, why the people didn't went for a rigid pavement was because the cost was very high. So the initial cost, and whenever we try to, as I told earlier, the political parties come for 5 years, and they look into not the quality of the road, how many kilometers they can load with the budget they're having. So here is a big disadvantage, because if you concrete road, you can lay, say, 1 kilometer. If the same bituminous road overlay, you can put some 3 or 4 kilometers. So that is what the disadvantages. And the time, bituminous overlays are done very fast, whereas a concrete road, full concrete road, takes a huge time to complete it. So is there an alternative? Because you know that city roads, because of this water logging and all, bituminous roads are a problem. But full concrete road has got a disadvantages. So this technology has come is an in-between technology, which is called as white topping, where if you have got a good layer of asphalt, because as I told earlier, because of overlays, sometimes in many roads we can get, especially if you did the center of the road, you can get almost 3 feet, 4 feet of asphalt road. So wherever there is a good thickness of asphalt road is there, can we have an overlay of concrete, which is of lesser thickness and with no reinforcement? Normally the concrete road will have reinforcement. And that is why how this white topping technology has been started. And Ultratech from the beginning, as you know, the Ultratech, the cement company's vision is to be the leader in building solution, which means that can we be a solution provider for this thing. So from a small construction of a small house to many bigger constructions, we get involved into wherever cement and concrete is there. So white topping was one such technology. We thought we will take it up, create awareness about this technology, promote this technology, and that's why how it started. And that is why how we started the first demonstration project of white topping in Madiwala, Hosur. Then we did a demo project in Chennai for Velacheri Road. Then we had one demo in Banjara Hills Road at Hyderabad. We had some roads constructed in Jaipur. And today, this technology is catching up, and especially in Bangalore and all, it has become a household name, white topping. So we have bituminous road. You can see the photograph. You can see a full concrete road, how it looks like. And this is a white topped road, which you can see on where the truck is going. So this is one of the nice road in Bangalore, which is not a city road, it's a highway where we have done this white topping. So you have got a guidelines, IRC SP 76 2015, which defines the white topping. White topping is covering the existing asphalt pavement with PQC, pavement quality concrete, and can be used where traditional asphalt pavements have failed or deteriorated. You don't have to remove the full asphalt. Take this as the base layer, and over that you put a thin concrete layer and with short panels. So mainly, if you see the difference between a concrete road and a white topping, normally concrete roads are of long panels, normally 3.5 meter wide and 4 meter. Normally they do that with a bigger joint. Whereas here, it is all 1 meter by 1 meter slab with a lesser thickness. So, and this can be easily done, and there is no reinforcement here. So the existing road is utilized as a subbase, and the asphalt layer can be simply milled, and new concrete overlay is constructed on the milled asphalt surface. So there are three types of white topping. One is a conventional white topping, where the overlay thickness is greater than 200 mm. And the commonly used white topping nowadays in the city roads are thin white topping. Conventional white toppings can be used for highways, like what we have used in Nice Road and all. Whereas thin white topping is overlay thickness between 100 to 200 mm, that is 4 inch to 8 inch. And the bond between layers are considered, but not mandatory, not considered in the design. Earlier, it was thought that this bond also can be taken, but later, when the code got revised, we found that this bond is not going to be there forever. So nowadays, bond is not considered in the design. High strength concrete M40 and above, with fibers and without fibers, can be used. And the most important thing is joints are shorter spacing. Normally, we do 1 meter by 1 meter panels. There is also another white topping, which is called ultra thin white topping, which is for light vehicles, not recommended for Indian roads. Suitably for interior roads of a colony or something, we can go for where traffic is not heavy. This is less than 4 inch thick, and the joint spacing is again 1 meter by 1 meter joint spacing. They do 0.6 to 1.25 meter based on the design. Any questions so far, or shall we take the questions later?
Sir, I think you can proceed, sir. Is there any questions we will be posting in a chat box? So at the end of the section, we will be discussing.
Okay. Now, anywhere when we talk about roads, the cost becomes one of the primary concern. So if you see a bituminous overlay and the cost is say X per kilometer 2 lane, the white topping per kilometer 2 lane will be around 1.3x, which is around 30% more, whereas a concrete road over the overlay of bitumen, it will be around 3.5x. So we are not neither doing bitumen or the concrete road, we are going the in-between one, which is quite a reasonable cost. Turnaround time, bituminous overlay, it's hardly 1 day. You can easily do the overlay. White topping, actually white topping, the traffic can be allowed if the concrete achieved a flexural strength of say around 4.5 Newton per mm square or 45 kg per centimeter square. So you have to, since we are going for a M40 grade concrete, normally in our practice, we have seen that this flexural strength of 4.5 MPa, when we make the concrete and put it, we can achieve it within 3 to 4 days. But the code does not permit, because the curing period as per specified by IRC or this thing. So that is why we have put maximum as 14 days. But we have many places we have removed the traffic within 7 days or maybe less than that also. But for a normal concrete road, you require, because it has got reinforcement, you have to dig the whole thing, then you put the concrete and all the things. So it will take almost 30 days. So much faster when compared to the concrete road. But still, there is a possibility of reducing this time to come and match with the bituminous overlay. And nowadays, one more technology we are now going and promoting is the precast concrete road. So where the panels come cured and we can overlay it. This is the first project has been done in Nagpur, where a precast road has been made. We have also done in our Yelahanka RMC a small stretch of precast road, and we are discussing with some of the government agencies so that we can promote this as an alternative technology to the white topping, where the faster completion of the road is possible with concrete. But the biggest advantage of the concrete road is that it's life cycle cost. For example, if you take a 25 years life cycle for the white topping, the life cycle cost will become 1/5 of the bituminous overlay, whereas concrete road, it will be about half of it, mainly because there is no maintenance and very less maintenance, you can say, as far as the concrete roads are concerned. And again, I'm telling you, when I say concrete road, maintenance is less means a properly constructed concrete road, because you have to be very careful when you make the concrete, the PQC and all should be, and laying execution should be good. White topping, so where we can use it, wherever the applicability is there, even a deteriorated bituminous road, you can do it. And Only thing is that we have to design it properly and taking the K value and all for that this thing and taking this thing. So mostly we have seen that with our experience, the many of the road with a 6-inch white top roads are normally used in all the places, and which is working very well. So how do you construct this white top road? First is, as I told earlier, the milling and profile correction. It's very important to do the profile correction because since we are designing a 6-inch road, and if your profile correction is not good, many places the PQC consumption will increase. So the milling plays a major role in the profile correction so that a uniform thickness of the road can be maintained. And wherever we find it difficulty, a DLC, dry lean concrete, can be put and the profile correction can be made. So the surface preparation is very important so that the cost will not increase because of the higher thickness which we unknowingly will do. Now for concrete overlay, normally we recommend pavers, and the ideal one is slip form paver. But there are 3 methods people are doing in the places. One is they are using a screed vibrator and they're doing it. So this is a lowermost technology where we recommend 2-3 things when you do a concrete road. One is preferably we recommended an RMC ready mix concrete where the concrete supply can be made, timely supply and faster supply can be made, and the quality of the concrete will also be better. So site mix concrete or the machine mix concrete at site we don't recommend for concrete roads. Second is we recommend a paver, and there are 3 types people are using it. One is a screed vibrator. Definitely it gives a better performance, but not a good riding comfortability, or the quality will not be that good as a paver. So there are 2 types of pavers which is available now. One is a fixed form paver where they are keeping angles and the paver moves through the angle, and the concrete with a slump of around 60 to 70 mm can be used. So it can be transported by a transit mixer. RMC can be supplied and you can use. So this is used in many places, a fixed form paver. But if you want to get a much better quality, then you have to go for a slip form paver. And in the slip form paver, the slump, because since there is no form work for it, because as the machine moves forward, the concrete should stand. So it's very low slump concrete is used, maybe a slump of less than 30 mm. So when the concrete paver moves forward, the concrete will not fall off. So this concrete cannot be transported by transit mixers and all. So we use dumpers for transporting that concrete when we use a slip form paver. So once that concrete is laid, and it is, the slip form pavers has got different types of compaction. They have got very, very strong vibration is done. And both fixed form also has got needle vibrators as a roller compaction. Similarly, slip form also heavy compaction is given. And then this machine will have all the things, like it has got a float to have the surface finishing. From the, this is the back side of the machine you are seeing in the figure 4, where the float is leveling the concrete and giving a smooth surface. The machine will have a texturing. This thing also is attached to the machine nowadays, where the machine itself will do the texturing to give a rougher finish. And if the machine does not have, we use the rods with the brush to give the texturing for the concrete. And this is one of the most important part of the white topping is the groove cutting process. You should have sufficient groove cutting machine, because as I told earlier, we are putting a concrete of M40 grade concrete, and normally the 1 day strength will be somewhere around 18 to 20 MPa. So within 8 hours to 10 hours, you should start the groove cutting, and the grooves are normally cut 1/3 the thickness of the concrete what you are putting. So if it is a 6-inch thick, we cut a groove of about 2 to 3 mm and a depth of 2 inch. So basically the idea of the groove cutting is that we make the shorter panels so that any shrinkage cracks or anything is happening, and if the grooves are cut, the cracks will happen inside the groove and it will not happen outside. So this is a very important thing, how fast we do the groove cutting, because if you delay the groove cutting, then definitely you cannot have a proper groove cutting. The blades will get what you call broken very fast. So ideally, we should have prepared with extra machines should be available with us in case one machine is not working. There is an alternative machine, and more number of groove cutting machines are kept to see that this process is not affected and no time delay is happening for groove cutting. Then next process, once a textured grooves are cut, before the groove cutting itself, we do a curing compound spray. So this is basically, we have got curing compounds of wax-based and resin-based and all. Normally a wax-based curing compound. This is basically to avoid the plastic shrinkage crack. See, as I told earlier, this concrete is of very slow slump, and there will be a very little bleed water coming to the top. So since the surface area of these roads are more, and if there is a slight evaporation of water from the road, you can see plastic shrinkage crack happening. So how to avoid this is, first, initially when the concrete roads are laid, within the surface, when you see that the bleed water is getting disappeared, immediately start spraying the curing compound. It will form a thin film over the road and will not allow the water to evaporate. After that, when the concrete stiffens and hardens, then the plastic shrinkage cracks are not going to happen. So what we do is we use the normal curing using the Hessian cloth or this thing. Or some of the places we are using polythene sheets also, in case the curing compounds cannot be applied. Immediately cover the concrete with a thin polythene sheets, so that there is no evaporation taking place to avoid the plastic shrinkage cracks. And finally, you have to do all the testings, concrete strength and all the things. And finally, the road is this. So this is a very simple method. Nothing is there. You have only PQC, no reinforcement. But if you are going for an alternate layer, for example, 3.5 meter, the only reinforcement you have to provide is the tie rods to have a joint between the adjacent layers. Now coming to the benefits of white topping. The first benefit, as I told earlier, is the life cycle cost. The average maintenance period of an asphalt road overlay, if it is say around 2 to 4 years, but many places we have seen every monsoon, after monsoon, there is an overlay, especially if it is a VVIP road. So average white topping, as we see here, absolutely there is no maintenance required, and even we don't fill the grooves with the sealants or something, because automatically our experience has shown the dust which will fill, they can fill, because there is no reinforcement along the road. So nothing is going to happen. The dust can fill that grooves and this thing. Earlier when we did the demo project and all, we were using sealants and filling it and all the things with that has got not much of effect, as our practical experience says that. And nowadays the roads, we don't fill any sealants also. So absolutely there will be no maintenance, except some areas if it is not properly done, some cracks, some areas, some spalling. So this has to be, because today we have got so much high strength grouts and all the things are available. So any small problem because of our not improper work is there, you can cut out that panel, remove the panel and put a re-concrete and allow the traffic within 4 to 6 hours. So that type of high strength grouts and concretes are available for repair works also, in case we don't do a proper job and something has happened to that concrete road. The other advantage of concrete roads, it's not only white topping, concrete roads overlays are basically it saves a lot of fuel. We'll come and see in the next slide how this is possible. Energy saving, because of the better reflectivity, and it saves a lot of energy because better lighting, better this thing, as well as it also reduces the heat island effect. This we'll see later. Road safety, reduces accidents and all. Surface reflectance, then braking distance, again we will come, and it is also sustainable. So these are the basic advantages of the white top road, and we will see one by one. So life cycle cost, if you take a new road and an overlay, see if you see overlay, asphalt overlay, we have taken around 71 lakhs, and the concrete overlay, that is called white topping, is around 98 lakhs. So it's about 30% more. But if you see the design life, though I have put in bituminous 3 to 5 years, it's much less than that. But definitely for a white topping, you can have 20 to 25 years design life with minimum maintenance, or maybe I can say nil maintenance. So this will definitely help that anywhere people are nowadays, many other projects are working on life cycle cost basis and not on the initial cost. So wherever the life cycle people are calculating, white topping definitely have got a much bigger advantage, because as I told earlier, almost 1/5 of the overlay cost will be coming in the long run. Fuel saving and emission reduction is especially because you see that road transport accounts for 77% of the fuel consumed in transport sector. And if you see a flexible payment and a concrete payment, the deflection in the flexible payment is much higher. So especially when the vehicle moves, there is a resistance for the tires when there is a deflection. And in concrete road, since it's a rigid one, we don't have. This is one of the study which is done by CRRI and Dr. Kadiali and associates. They have done this study, and especially they have found in heavy vehicles, 25 tonners and all the things, the savings in fuel is almost about 15% saving in the heavy trucks which is moving. The lighter vehicles, not much of savings will be there, but whenever heavy vehicles are moving, and most of our utilities and all the things are transported through heavy vehicles, and especially in the concrete roads, there is a tremendous saving in fuel when compared to this thing. So it's also reduce the emission reduction also. Now, energy saving, this is a reduced heat island effect. So I just want to tell something here is that when we did a Mysore white topping around the temple where the Dasara festivals are there, all the surrounding places near the palace is white topped. So there was a paper article which is coming that when the elephant parade around that temple, the elephants are facing very high temperature and they are not able to walk through the concrete road. So this was a press article which has come. But basically, if you see, we have already measured the temperature and do enough studies on that. A concrete road and a bituminous road adjacent, definitely in the summer, maybe 12 o'clock or something, when the sun is on the top, you are measuring the temperature. You can see that the bituminous roads, the temperature will be around 8 to 10 degree more than the concrete road temperature. So actually speaking, it is the reverse, but some of the medias, this was one incident I've told where it has come that the elephants are not able to walk because of the temperature in concrete road. So it's actually not, it's a myth. Actually, if you measure the temperature, definitely there is a big drop in temperature because of the reflection of the sunlight which is happening, because black surface absorbs more heat and it holds the heat also. So definitely there is a reduced heat island effect, and hence it is quite evident that the concrete surface are cooler than asphalt surface, thus minimizing the heat island effect in the urban areas. So the night temperature, wherever the concrete roads are there in this thing, will be less. Road safety, one I have told is the major accidents, basically because of potholes. A lot of accidents are taking place, and a good concrete road made, especially in the cities, can reduce the the pothole problems and less number of accidents. This again, the reflectivity, as I told, the lighting arrangement. When you see a black top and a white top road, definitely there is a more brightness in the road, and there are two ways which we can calculate. Many other places they can reduce the poles gaps, the spread between the poles. Suppose if the electric poles are placed, say at every 6 meters or 8 meters, you can increase it more to get the same light, or you can say that you get a better lighting when you are having a white top road when compared to a black top road. This is again one of these articles. We have not done this test so far, but it's really saying that normally, again, people believe that the concrete road, the braking, this thing will be for, especially when you have wet concrete road. But this is one study from the Department of General Engineering, Illinois, where they have studied the braking distance, and it's found that the concrete road, even the wet concrete surface, the braking distance is about 316 feet, whereas a wet rutted asphalt surface, it's about 440 feet. So anyway, this is a good study which we can do how the braking distance in the concrete and bituminous road can be studied further to understand this better. Sustainability in concrete, first of all, it does not have to be heated like bitumen, and since there is a lot of mineral admixtures can be used in concrete like fly ash, ground granulated blast furnace slags, etc. can be used as a supplementary cementitious material, which is not possible in asphalt overlays. And even IRC permits usage of 25% of fly ash and 50% of GGBS. So definitely this will not only improve the quality of the PQC, but also will have a sustainability angle, since we are losing this. Otherwise, these are all waste materials which cannot be used as a byproduct from the thermal power plant or the steel plant. And the third thing is, now one thing which we have trying very hard is the concrete is recyclable material and can be crushed and reused. So this also increases the sustainability angle, and definitely recycling of the concrete is going to be a future topic. Already some plants have come, that's in Delhi and all. CPWD has put up concrete recycling plant where the concrete can be separated, cement can be separated, fine can be separated, and aggregates can be separated. And many times these aggregates are reused again, this thing, because aggregates are natural material and we don't have, we have to preserve this aggregates in the sustainability point of view. So it's a sustainability point of view also, it's good. Now building the ideal road, when you are doing a concrete road or a white top road, the first thing what we have to do is a better planning. Basically, because once you plan the concrete road and lay the concrete road for 25 years, you cannot do any cutting in that. Whereas bituminous road, it is not that you overlay after you can see that either water supply people or electrical people somewhere, they will cut within 1 week. But our experience shows that wherever we have done white topping, though we give cross ducts and all the things to take up the utilities, even if somebody has missed out a laying a utility and all, they think 3 times before cutting it, because it's not easy to cut. First is because M40 grade of concrete, and if you want to cut it, you have to bring a concrete breaker and then hold the traffic for a longer time, cut it, and by the time the government agency will come, now somebody is coming and cutting it. So it's very difficult to cut. They will think various alternatives how to take their utility without cutting the road. And if it is only mandatory, there is no choice, they will come and take permission for cutting the road. So this is our experience, what we have seen. But in bituminous road, overnight, who is cutting also, we don't know. They will come and cut, and they will fill. Sometimes they will not fill also. They will just lay this thing and go off. So a proper planning when you are making a white top road or a concrete road, a proper planning is very important. Integrated, or all utilities should be planned properly. Better standards of designs and drawings and datas, and all agencies who are putting utilities in this should be participated, and design based on the proper ground analysis. You have to understand what exactly it is there, and then you have to do it. Because once done, then you have to either take the utilities through the utility ducts which we are providing. Execute, as you told, concrete is to be laid properly with the highest quality construction, because once you take any goof up in the concrete, this thing, so it's as good as bituminous. Any bad quality road constructed, whether it is a bituminous concrete or a cement concrete, the problems are there. So high quality constructions are to be maintained, and the third party inspection, project management, quality cost controls are there to be looked into it, and timely maintenance cycles and road clarity. Now that if you see the road's traditional approach is you construct a road, go on widening, and widen in such a way that the pedestrian has to walk through the road. So this is the general trend. Utility decks, no planning, no drawings of the road, and each roads, different things are given different tenders, so there is no coordination. So this is one of the proposals which recently happened in the Residency Road, Bangalore, where there is a lot of importance given for the pedestrians, a huge space for pedestrian to walk. Then tomorrow, now itself the trend has started. People coming to the office would prefer to come to the office through a bicycle. Otherwise, the pollution in the cities is going so high, the traffic jams. So we should encourage bicycle lanes. Motor lane uniform 3 meter wide, entry exit, utility ducts are to be maintained. And many places now in foreign countries, they have got this, that utility ducts are constructed and they are given on higher basis to the the agencies who want to use it. So there is a rent if you want to use it directly. So this type of things we should think of, asset mapping, push utilities to do it, and single tender for all the complete this thing, including the lightings. And so this is the priorities. The first priority for a road should be the pedestrians. You should give sufficient walkway for the pedestrians. Cyclists have a separate this thing. Then transit, for example, the heavy vehicles. We cannot avoid the heavy vehicles moving the transporting the essential commodities. And then for the automobiles. So this is some of the utility ducts which can be planned, whether it is municipal water, gas, sewer, power, stormwater drain, street light powers, etc. can be planned at both ends. And now we have to accommodate one more thing, is the metro rail. In all cities, you have metro rail. Either metro rail will go through the center of the road, then you can have something designed, a typical cross-section design of this can be something like this. Or if the metro lane is going through the side of the road, we can have a different cross-sectional designs for that. So just before winding up, I just have some case studies. We have done white topping in many places history, like Belgaum, Bangalore, Daman, Navi Mumbai, Nagpur, Ghaziabad, Aurangabad, Kharagpur. This is done by IIT Kharagpur as a first pilot study. And then Gwalior. So I'm just going to this thing where a case study of highway road which is constructed in Bangalore using white topping technology. So this is the first white topped highway project in the country, and almost 90 lane kilometers is the longest white topped road in the country. First white top project on a PPP model, designed for heavy traffic and designed for 60 plus years of life, and completed in a record time of 120 days. So these are the design features what they have considered for that project. Codes use are IRC SP76, IRC 58. So all those things are considered in the design aspect. This is a mixed design, especially for the PQC, with a cement content of 430 kg and a mineral additive slag of 60 kg. We have added fibers, then admixtures, superplasticizer we have used, and the grade of concrete is M40, and the target mean strength is around 48.25. So design was done by Dr. Kadiali and Associates, New Delhi, as per the IRC guidelines. Project consultant, Mr. Satyendra Kumar of Central Road Research Institute, Delhi. Project owner is Nandi Infrastructure Corridor Enterprises, Bangalore. And this is the length of the peripheral road, 4 kilometers and 11.4 meter wide. Thickness of the white topping, we have gone, since it is a heavy traffic is there, from 6 inch, we have gone to 180 mm. That is almost slightly more than 7 inch. Concrete was designed and supplied by Ultratech Concrete Bangalore. We put up an exclusive batching plant, and also from our 2 commercial plants, we were supplying the concrete. Slump of concrete, as I told earlier, it was 20 to 30 mm because we were using a slip form paver. And the result, compressive strength, though it was M40 grade of concrete, the result we got is around 62 to 65 MPa, 28 day strength, and flexural strength of 6 to 7.5 MPa. The total quantity of concrete used is about 60,000 cubic meter. We have put up a batching plant, 100 cubic meter per hour batching plant exclusively for this project, and supported by 2 of our commercial plants, which were supplying ready-mix concrete. Slip form paver, region of 8.5 meter width was used, 2 numbers. Groove cutting machine, about 6 to 8 numbers deployed. As I told you, it's very important because the exact power supply, enough groove cutting machine, enough blades are to be kept ready, because if that doesn't work and the concrete gain the strength, it will become very difficult to cut the grooves. Curing compound sprayers, enough for the initial curing, spraying to avoid the plastic shrinkage crack. Tippers were deployed because slip-form pavers were used. Slump of concrete was 20 to 30 mm. So concrete has to be transported through a tipper or dumper. Hessian cloths used for water curing. And after this 4 years, after that, Professor B.B. Pandey and Amarnath Reddy from IIT Kharagpur, they made an investigation study for a research scholar, and they were taken various tests after 4 years for this roads, and they were find mostly all the things were find excellent condition, including the deflections. Compressive strength of the concrete was still 56.7. From therefore, it is concluded that the condition of the pavement was excellent condition after service for 4 years under heavy loads. Still further studies can be done because this was the first project on a highway. So these are the various steps, as I told earlier, we have used for this project. And this is the final road, which you can see whenever you go to Bangalore, you can have a drive over this. Looks very nice, as well as this thing. Many urban roads have been done, and this is one urban road which is in Pune, designed for 30 years, 8-9 meter width, 150 to 60 mm average thickness. Same procedures, whatever you used, is milling, then corrections for profile corrections, so that we don't have much of a PQC to be used. Slab panels of 1 meter by 1 meter. It's a mixed design, M40 grade of concrete. Various types of utilities can be used for taking the utilities. Cross deck spikes at every 50 meter interval, and side we give paver blocks to take the utility through the both sides. And cross decks are provided at every 50 meter interval to take the utilities. Now, to conclude, the role of Ultratech in this project, as I told earlier, breaking the myths, white topping versus bituminous road, especially the cities. It's not because of the bad bituminous road laid, because it is only because of the heavy water logging these pothole problems are coming. So we have to understand that bituminous road cannot we cannot avoid potholes in bituminous road when there is a water logging. So the technology advance, cost advantages, environmental advantages, societal advantages. So this we are creating to various government agencies, and slowly many government agencies have started up taking these projects, white top roads, and once they started, they are continuing it. So knowledge transfers, we be there in the part of the knowledge transfers, taking technical workshops and seminars. We have got various consultants who have got now experience in white topping. We share the success stories and testimonials of white top roads in India and worldwide. Stage-wise training and best practices for the white top roads and utilities management. And as a solution partner, support to end-to-end construction journey. We are planning to run accreditation program for certification of white topping contractors. And whenever we started this white topping, one of the major this thing was coming about is that this thing was what you call, they have to stop the traffic for some time. So this was creating a huge problem. Exactly, I will give my examples of this Velacheri road when we are doing the white topping. Both sides of the roads there is apartments, and they have their cars. So we have asked them to take the car and either keep it on the exactly constructed white top road so that they can take the car next day morning, or keep the car inside that, because we are doing the side stretch, we cannot take the car for the next 2-3 days. There was a huge hue and cry. People were telling, no, how can this thing, I have got 90-year-old mother, what will do? So many questions were asked. But I will tell you frankly, the reason the white top roads are completed, and when we go through the road, still we are the most welcome guests to them, and they used to offer us a cup of coffee. So that is a before construction and after construction experience of white top roads. One example I gave about Velacheri road. So thank you very much. I hope I have not taken much time. So any questions?
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much, sir. It's very informative too. So participant, do you have any question? You can just post your question in a chat box so that sir will clarify your queries.
Please, you can ask your questions directly also or post in the chat box. Jayasankar is available to answer your queries.
Yeah, basically I'm not a transportation engineering person, or I don't have any much experience. Whatever I've talked is on the practical experience associating with the various government agencies on this product.
We can understand, sir. It is totally you are given your experiences. I just can understand. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. Very nice. Sir, please share your presentation also. Very useful.
Yeah. Yes.
I will, so that I can share to the participants.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Any questions? Anyone? Sir, something has come.
Yeah.
Are you able to see it, sir? Yeah. What would be the effects of temperature variations between the two material in the vertical direction? One needed Singh as asked.
Yeah. So this is something which we are studying. Actually, when we did, I showed you one road of IIT Kharagpur, where we have put sensors in the road to understand the temperature, this thing. So the studies is ongoing, and we will get the result of what are the effects of temperature on this. So actually, that this study is doing along with IIT Kharagpur. This all the sensors are placed, and this road was constructed some a year back. So the results will be sharing with you.
It is
Yes,
something like using.
Yeah.
Sir, is it something like applying IoT?
Yeah.
Fine. Is there any, sir? My query's question is, what is the what you call share of artificial intelligence in this construction industry, or in particular in this road industry? Like, is there anything, any significant entry of that kind of things, machine learning, AI applications come to this industry, sir?
For example, in the road sector, whatever we have tried is, one is using the sensors to understand the, especially on the temperature, this thing and all.
Yes, sir.
And not much of artificial intelligence and this in machine learning. We are not used anything on the roads fine.
So in the future, there is scope more, sir?
Yes, there is a huge scope because this pandemic has changed it totally. We are now going into AR, VR technology, AIs, IoT, etc. in the plant, our cement plants and all. Lot of studies are going on. A lot of things are getting implemented in this, and that too in very fast pace in the past 6-8 months.
6-7 months. The nature has paved that way.
Yeah, the speed has increased in bringing more IT enabled things to be.
True. It is the compelled way we have got that mode. Yeah. We are now making this kind of what you call HTTPs. It has little bit become international. Easily we are able to get speakers from any country, because see, arranging a program like this offline is very difficult. Now it has become a comfort zone actually. In one day. Sir, one more excellent analysis presented. So these are appreciations, sir. Very much impressed with the payment lab work.
Sir, I think one more question, sir, from Mohit Kumar. Can we able to see, sir?
Are you able to see that?
Can you read that?
Yeah, sir, sure, sir. Very nice presentation, sir. I would like to ask about the load transfer mechanism at the interface and about the deformation towards the flexible payment.
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, sir. The load transfer mechanism at the interface and about the deformation towards the flexible payment. He wants to know about it.
He wants to know about the load transfer mechanism, and about the deformation towards the flexible
payment.
Yeah. So if you see the concrete road, so since wherever there is a load transfer is taking place, since it's a bigger panels, we are giving double rods at the each joint, so that double rods helps in the load transfer. But here we are doing a very short panel, this thing, and that is why the thickness are reduced. how we could able to reduce the thickness is because of the short panels, whatever you are using. And as I told earlier, the short panels we are cutting into 1/3 the thickness. But if you take it after a few years and see this cracks will happen in the joints and it will be through and through. So it will act as a small panels only. So this will reduce so much of stresses which is coming into the slab, because since it's a very short this thing. And that is why we don't have any rods or anything to have the load transfer mechanism, except we are putting some tie rods when we have alternate lane. One lane is cast about 3.5 meter or this thing, and next concrete lane is to be casted. We provide tie rods in that road, so that just for this thing. So many people like Professor Veeraraghavan, we have suggested that that is also not required. But since we have started, still we are using the tie rods when we are doing the alternate lanes. I hope I have answered.
Sir, I would like to ask a question, sir. I'm Dr. Asha from St. Peters. You mentioned about the sensors for temperature measurement. What type of sensors are used, sir? And what is the measuring, like data collection? How did you, what interval, what is the instrument used for that?
Much information I can share with you, because my Eastern colleagues who have done with IIT Kharagpur, they have done that. One of my colleagues, Nagesh Puttaswamy, is exclusively this white topping. So you share your number, or you can take down my number and give me a call, so that I will connect to him, because he has worked in that particular project, Mr. Nagesh Puttaswamy, who is exclusively taking care of these white topping projects.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Have a nice day, sir. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Very nice presentation.
Yeah, thanks.
Sir, one more last question. Neeraj Singh, again, could white topping increase capacity of roads? What do you mean by capacity? What is he meaning? What is the capacity you are meaning, Neeraj sir? Like, what do you mean capacity in terms of traffic volume handling or structural capacity? Load carrying. Sir, could white topping increase the load carrying capacity?
So it's just like a concrete road only, sir. This thing basically it is designed like a concrete road only. Only thing, one is a long panel. This thing we are designing. This is a short panel we are designing. So we are designing the road based on the load it has to carry.
Yeah,
but the advantage we are having is the cost become less, because we are able to reduce the thickness of the concrete roads.
True.
So otherwise, if you want to have a new concrete road, minimum 1 feet thick concrete you have to put. So here we have got a option of reducing the thickness, and thereby if it's reduced 1 inch, 1 feet to half, you are reducing almost half of the concrete.
Yeah, that is
so that is the basic advantage of this thing. And basically this was designed for the city roads, but the project what we have done in Nice Road, the highway, where there is giving a very good result. So future there is a lot of once the studies are all completed on this road, there is a few possibilities that NHI may adopt this for the highways also.
Yeah, thanks. So it is, you have clearly answered. Like, it is nothing but you can design for any load carrying capacity. So based on
any load carrying capacity can design. For example, that is why the Nice Road, when there is heavy traffic is there, we have taken 180 mm, not 6 inch. We have gone almost slightly more than 7.5 inch to take care of that load.
Yeah, that's all. Thank you, sir. Thanks a lot. I think you have done.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
very much.
Bye. Thank you.
So participants, the feedback link has been posted in the chat box. So kindly fill your feedback for the session today. So tomorrow we will be meeting for the Day 5 SCTP program. So morning 10 a.m. the lecture will be given by Dr. Al Shaktivelan sir.
More like yesterday, but today it has become low. I assume that it is because of the examiners going on, but tomorrow the topics are a little bit very new. One, Dr. Shaktivelan, who is a structural consultant come practicing engineer. He had his doctorate from IIT Madras. He is going to talk about reliability concepts in pavement design and decision support system for maintenance management of roads. It is almost like deep learning concepts. It's a very, very new area consisting of modeling for maintenance management of roads. It will be quite interesting. I hope all of you will attend and get the knowledge being shared. The knowledge dissemination will be done to you, and you can in turn pass it on to the students and other what you call our civil engineering community. Thank you all. Yeah, we will get all the recorded PPTs. It is already stored in a YouTube channel, my own YouTube channel. So we'll give you the YouTube link, and you can it will be made public after the final day, so that you can all have the YouTube link, streaming links are recorded. We will send it to you. We'll share the link to the mail IDs of all the participants who have joined these sessions and who have even registered for the benefit of the everybody. We'll do it, sir. Thank you. Have a
Thank you,
nice
sir.
day. Thank you.
Sir. So thank you all the participants. So we will be meeting for the day 5 SCTP program on tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Thank you all.